Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this webinar on how you can earn passive income and help rebuild Ukraine. This is offered by Andesite Blue. Andesite Blue is a United Kingdom company that invests into the emerging market of Ukraine. Now, before I do this presentation, I'm going to just state a disclaimer. As accredited investors, you will be aware that all investments carry some level of risk. This investment is only available to investors who are able to assess their own appetite for risk. So please read the risk statement within the investment memorandum before investing. So very good. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and get started now that we've got that disclaimer out of the way. We are going to help with the reconstruction of Ukraine, and this is an opportunity where you can earn passive income. You can earn from 7.15% to as high as 8.85%, depending on the term of the bond that you purchase. And with these bonds, Andesite Blue is going to invest into different projects, including reconstruction projects in Ukraine. We'll go through everything here in the presentation, but I want to make it clear that you are not purchasing you're not purchasing a Ukrainian government bond. You are purchasing a United Kingdom corporate income bond. So we're not actually selling a government bond, we're selling a corporate income. And it's the United Kingdom company that you'll be purchasing the bond in if you decide to invest with us, if you decide to help us with rebuilding Ukraine. So let's start out by going through the team. We have a fantastic team at Andesite Blue. Our management team has 250 years of business experience, including operating in more than 20 countries, numerous emerging and developing markets. Our team members have managed banks, billions of dollars in projects worldwide, along with currently representing one of the largest international investment firms in the United States and other public and government institutions throughout their careers. You can read more about each team member on our website. You can just go to www.andesiteblue.co.uk and then look for team. You can read the profiles. You can read the profiles there on the website, but I'm just going to mention a few highlights from each team member to kind of give you an idea of who we are. Nigel Brigden, he's our chairman of the board of directors. He's a highly qualified and experienced banker. He has 40 years of experience in banking. His experience includes consultancy as a banking expert, and he's connected in London, so he's a United Kingdom citizen. We have Christina Katrakis. She is a highly qualified and experienced political coordinator, and she's our international investment coordinator. She has a lot of experience and contacts that she brings to the table, and I encourage you on the website to look at some more details about her. We also have Tetiana Kiltika. She is a Ukrainian citizen, but she's also a United Kingdom citizen, a UK citizen. She's our corporate secretary, but she's also a businesswoman. She has been involved in project management, sales forecasting, and she also founded a UK company focusing on the recruitment of work opportunities for Ukrainians in the UK. So she brings tremendous experience as well with Ukraine and with business to us. Steve Dyball, he is our senior operations management, and we will talk about him a little bit more in the presentation, but he brings a lifetime of experience working in emerging markets. Mike Wilson is one of our founders. He is an American businessman, but he has experience as well with working at companies in the United States, including AT&T, Panasonic, and Brother. Myself, I'm an American citizen. I'm a businessman. I have been very active in the real estate market and also in private equity, business acquisitions, private acquisitions, this sort of thing. We also have Vasil Milnik, and he is a Ukrainian citizen, but he also is a member of the business development team, and he has experience with the management of public and private institutions in Ukraine. He was actually a director in the Ministry of Finance with the government of Ukraine. So we are very happy to have him with our team. Anatoly Landman is also a Ukrainian that is a member of our team. He's a businessman. He, in Kiev, the metro system, if any of you have ever traveled to Kiev, the internet in the metro system, he was involved in the implementation of that when the internet was first available in the metro. He was involved in that project. We have Dr. Mark Hong. He's an American dentist. He's our chief medical officer, and he helps with a variety of things. We are not only doing reconstruction, but we're very active with wanting to do things with medical and dental clinics in terms of reconstruction and improving the quality. We have Andrew Richings, who's a UK citizen. He's a consultant with our team. He's actually the founder of Thomas Kelly Holdings, a boutique private consultancy firm that is focused on private equity, fixed income bonds for ultra high net worth and high net worth sophisticated investors. He brings a wealth of experience. Now let's talk about the opportunities. This terrible war that has happened, it has created a lot of need for reconstruction. And the government of Ukraine, President Zelensky, there is a twinning reconstruction initiative where the United Kingdom is paired with the city of Kiev. Greece is paired with the city of Odessa. Taiwan is paired with Kharkiv. And then the Republic of Ireland and Rivne Oblast are paired. So this is something where there is focus on different geographic areas. You know, everything that has happened here with Ukraine, this terrible, cruel, unjust war for no good reason, where all of this misery, all of this destruction has been unleashed on the people of Ukraine. It is unimaginable that in the modern world, this sort of thing happens. It's completely unacceptable in every way, shape, and form, but it has happened. And now what we want to do is we want to get to work getting everything back in proper order. We want to have it where everything is in its place, where everything is made better, where things are rebuilt, the reconstruction. And that is something that we want your support with, because we've got a team that can have a positive impact. But in order to have the maximum impact, we are wanting investors to purchase bonds, receive passive income, and to be able to help with lots of projects in Ukraine. So, for example, Bucha, we are all familiar with Bucha, where there were so many atrocities that were committed, war crimes. And this actually shows how Bucha looked after it was liberated from Russian forces. 9 months later, it has undergone a transformation. There's so much work that has been done on restoring Bucha, but there is much more work that remains. And it's not only Bucha, it is numerous other cities. Kiev, Kharkiv, Odessa, many cities need reconstruction. And this is something where a lot of people have been generous. They have given donations. I have donated a lot of money, and most of the members of Andesite Blue have also donated a lot of money personally to help with these things. But to really do the maximum good, we need a business solution where we can provide passive income to our investors, where they can, instead of just a charity thing where they're giving money away and they don't get it back, they let us use the money to do some good, and then we get their money back and we get their interest back. And we have designed this financial product where, as a bond purchaser, you get all of the benefits, and it is something where you can know that your money is going to do something that is worthwhile in this world, that is good in this world. So it's so important. And if you look at, for example, here's some drone footage. We have seen these on the television. All of us have seen these, and this sort of destruction, there's such a massive need for reconstruction. Some estimates put it at several $100 billion, and there are some estimates that range, it might even reach $1 trillion in reconstruction. So big needs, and it can't all be done by government. We all know that government is doing great things and it's going to continue doing good things, but there's a role for private investment. And private investment has a record of being able to consistently deliver good returns. And we have designed our financial product that you can purchase, where you can know that you are helping with the reconstruction, the rebuilding of medical clinics, the rebuilding of dental clinics, the improvement of infrastructure, manufacturing plants. So many things have to be done, but Andesite Blue is here to do that important work. And we count on our investors to help us so that we can do the maximum good, and where we can also return the best results in terms of passive income for our investors. So
I've sort of a long history in the manufacturing industry.
I want to introduce Steve Dyball. He's one of our team members. He has an extensive background in manufacturing plants. So he's just going to talk here for a minute about his background, but we are so lucky to have his experience. He brings 4 decades of experience in emerging markets and with different chemical plants. And he's been involved with so many projects, and he'll be able to help us with the projects that we're involved with.
Engineering, chemistry, either running chemical manufacturing. I've sort of a long history in the manufacturing industry, engineering, chemistry, either running chemical manufacturing plants or building them. So in the early days of my life was very much in the pure manufacturing, but building plants constantly. And so as life went on, I seemed to have a switch from being just involved in the manufacturing to actually being involved with the design and the building.
Fantastic experience that he brings to the Andesite Blue team. Now, what we've got here is actually an excerpt, relatively short excerpt of an interview with Mike Wilson. He's one of the founders of Andesite Blue, and Svetlana, who is a Ukrainian citizen, and she's actually with the company Ukraine Nua. She's the CEO of Ukraine Nua, and talking about reconstruction. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
Yeah, you want it to be sustainable and, you know, so, yeah.
Modular communities. Yep. Yes, it will be very strong, very modernization with latest technologies.
The other thing, and you touched on it just a little bit now, which is exciting, is that it is Ukrainians' jobs. Is actually not just the fabrication of the homes, on the prefabrication of the homes and the modulars, because that will be done in a factory. And so we'll have Ukrainian factory workers, we'll have employment through that, but you're also creating jobs inside those communities, and we're creating businesses inside those communities, so that it's all Ukrainian. So we're actually producing the economy that this is sustainable.
Yes, and now we are modular manufacturing homes company speaking with us now. They would like to set up their manufacturing
inside Ukraine
facility in Ukraine, in Rivne.
Okay.
It will be very big industry. It will be easier to get
materials and everything.
materials
Yes.
for building these modular communities. And also there will be also jobs for our Ukrainian
Yes,
people.
yes. So let me take a little moment here, and I want to explain to the audience real quick what we're talking about and how this works. It's building of homes. Okay, that sounds like that's just construction workers and men working their hands. Well, in the pre-manufactured homes, in the modular homes, you do have a plant, a factory that has all of the material and everything ready to start putting these homes together. Now, it's not cookie cutters. These are they're better quality. They have better efficiencies. They have better insulations. They retain heat better in the winter and they retain the coolness in the summer. So they're very strong and durable homes. And what's really great about it is that because it's in a factory, you can easily monitor the quality control, which is very important because now you have quality control management that actually looks at each of the processes. So one person, he will be in charge of one little area of his job of a certain part of the construction. And then each person has their own field. Well, they get better and better at it and more efficient. All the tools, all the nails, the screws, the wood, the plastics and material, everything necessary, the installation is all there. And it goes down like building a car. It goes down an assembly line and builds it together. And then these homes are put together so that, they will then be shipped by truck on location. And then, so now the other part of the work will be the preparation of the foundations, whether it's a single family dwelling home, or whether it's a multifamily and such as a high-rise apartments. So this can be done in either way.
So that is really exciting, the idea of being able to put some processes in place where more quality housing can be produced more quickly. Such a great idea. Folks, there's already so many reasons to invest in Ukraine. Before the war, I have here a list of different companies. You will recognize many of these companies by their logos. These companies are well-known brands, and they made the wise decision to set up in Ukraine because Ukraine has such fantastic human capital. It has such incredible resources. And before this terrible war, it was growing so quickly. But the good news is we can do something to help Ukraine. We can do something to provide passive income to our investors and get things moving in the right direction. So there are over 100+ global players that are in Ukraine, companies like Boeing, Oracle, eBay. I mean, you just go down the list. Ukraine has really emerged as a global R&D hub, and it is such an important developing R&D ecosystem. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Now let's talk specifically. We've talked about the need. Now let's talk about how you can benefit by making the wise decision to purchase one of our bonds. Well, the first benefit to you is that we can get to a point where you can reach your passive income goals more quickly. If you have a passive income goal, whether you're looking to get 5,000 pounds a month, 10,000 pounds a month or more, whatever it may be, we can support that. We offer an annual investment program. And with our annual investment program, we can sit down and design a plan to get to your desired passive income level. And that can be sometimes done as quickly as 30 to 60 days if you're starting out with a lot of capital, or if you don't have a lot of capital to start out with, we can do it over a series of years, but we can get you to your passive income goals. And you can have the satisfaction of knowing that that passive income came from doing something really good to make the world a better place. We also offer maximum diversification. So unlike investing in one project, because any one project can have its ups and its downs, we all know that the importance of investing diversification. And this financial product has been designed with maximum diversification. We've taken care of all of that for you folks. So you get maximum diversification. Your investment will go into a variety of industries and also categories of investment: healthcare, housing, agriculture, green energy, all in the emerging market of Ukraine. Another thing that really separates our financial product from the other financial products that may be out there, I'm sure some of you from time to time have heard some presentations from the private equity guys, from the hedge fund guys, and they just love fees. They just love to put fees in their financial product. They talk about the 2 and 20. They talk about all of the carried interest provision. Oh, they have fees down to a science. Well, not Andesite Blue. We do things the old-fashioned way, a simpler way. We are going to pay you interest between 7.15 to 8.85% interest. And then we are going to invest into projects that will return higher than that amount. So we may invest into a project that pays 13%, that pays 14%, and that allows us to provide you with the passive income and make a profit. But the beauty of it is we are able to do that without charging you any fees. We are in a situation where we're one of the few companies that doesn't charge fees to our investors. Now, I'm not giving those guys a hard time about their fees. I'm not saying they don't deserve their fees. I'm just asking you folks to think about if you would like to invest and not pay the fees, because they don't have that option if you invest with them. Your money is going into their fees, whereas with Andesite Blue, your money is going into useful projects that fund the reconstruction of housing in Ukraine, along with other industries like healthcare, medical, dental. We also offer interest payment flexibility. Whatever you need on that, we can work with you. We have some standard solutions as well. We can go over that. Now I want to show something that is so important to our friends in the United Kingdom. I want to look here at a 30-year gilt. For those of you that are not from the United Kingdom, a gilt is a government bond in the United Kingdom. And this yield, it's going to look at over time, how has the gilt done? And then we're going to compare it to Andesite Blue, to our bonds, the Andesite Blue corporate income bonds. So let's take a look at it. It's a short clip. It's just a couple minutes, but I think you'll find it enlightening. I think you'll find it interesting. At the United Kingdom's 30-year gilt yield, and then compare that with Andesite Blue. And I'll give you a hint. Andesite Blue has much higher yields. So let's go ahead and look at the long-term history here. We can see that the highest that yields were in the United Kingdom was around 16% back in 1981. And then the general trend is it has gone down. The yield has decreased in value over time on the UK gilt. So if we go all the way to it looks like about May of 2020, it was even a little lower there. We can see that, you know, you had some very low, here's a yield that was as low as 0.52 back in April of 2020. And then it's gone up. But to put that into comparison, we are offering a yield that's around 7.15 to 8.85. So let's just call it 8 approximately. To get an 8 yield, to get an 8% yield, you would have to go back in time to if you compare it with a gilt, you're looking at the last, it was around an 8% yield was around, let's see, when was it here? It was a while ago. To get an 8% yield, you had to go all the way back a long time to get that. It would have been somewhere around the 90s. So it's something to keep in mind that with Andesite Blue, we are able to offer a return that's around 8%. And the UK gilt has not done that in many years. So just please keep that in mind when you're trying to decide between bonds that are gilts and andesite blue at the. Fantastic. So how does the bond work? Well, basically, we provide a passive income bond to high net worth individuals and institutions, and the net proceeds of the bond, they are used to invest in Ukraine with projects that have been reviewed and passed our due diligence. We have an extensive due diligence process before we make an investment. And our local Ukrainian management company collects the rent and oversees management of the loan portfolio. So it is designed to be simple solution. What kind of investments? As mentioned, healthcare, real estate, agriculture, surgical clinics, all sorts of great investments. Let's take an example of the return. Let's say that you placed 100,000 pounds. That is our suggested minimum, but we will work with you folks. If this is the first year you've worked with Andesite Blue and you want to do something a little smaller, we're happy to accommodate that. We're happy to work with you. But let's imagine you placed 100,000 pounds. And if you were to do the 36-month option and to take the quarterly payment, say, hey, I want to get a payment every quarter, you would earn 7.15%. Over that 36 months, you would receive 21,450 pounds. And then at the end of the term, you would receive 100,000 pounds once the term ends. Now, if you wanted more, some people are in a situation where they don't really need that income and they would rather just earn the maximum. If you want the maximum, you may want to look at the 60-month. Now, the 60-month, you place 100,000 pounds, and then you will, at the end of the term, you're going to receive 155,659 pounds in one payment. So that is how the returns work. It's so simple. And from there, we can work on what passive income level you're trying to reach. And one more convenience factor that we offer for you, because a lot of our investors, they may be in the situation where really they don't have anything that's going to be a better investment that can pay that much, because a gilt can't pay that much. There's no way. So with this, we, as a convenience, we give you notice that your bond is maturing. And then if you say, hey, send the money to this bank account or the one that you have on file, we send the money there. Or if you don't let us know, we will just automatically renew the bond for a year. And that way we can keep the money working for you. So you're not having to get it back and then go seek out another investment, because we've got an opportunity here that for many years we can do good work. But we do give you notice, and it's a convenience. Whatever you prefer, we're more than happy to do it. So a question that people sometimes ask is, why should I invest in the bond? Well, the directors believe that an investment in the bond is suited to investors that are seeking an above average return on investment. So if you're the type of investor that actually wants an above average return, the Andesite Blue Bond fits that requirement. If you're content with an average return, you can just buy a UK gilt. And that's a big difference. The other thing that's different with our bonds is our bonds are asset-based. We use the gold standard asset-based. And what I mean by that is when we do a project, we look at the value of the asset, and we loan, for example, 70% of the value of the asset, or even 60% of the value of the asset. So this is something that is so important, that these loans are backed by hard assets, by real estate. So it's something where each project has hard collateral. So how long is the bond? Is 36 to 60 months. Another question that people sometimes have is if you can put the bond into your self-invested personal pension. Well, that is a great question. And the actual answer is this is subject to approval by your SIP provider. I can't technically answer that, but I can tell you this. If you ask your SIP provider and they're not helpful, call us back, because we know a lot of SIP providers as well, and we can find you a SIP provider that may be able to help you if the one that you're working with is not helpful. So, but I can't see any reason that it wouldn't be. but each SIP provider, they have their own rules. So you need to check with them. What type of an investment? Again, you're buying a corporate income bond. You're not buying a government bond. And that's why the return is so much higher. Who can invest? Well, anyone that is over 18 years old. And thankfully, we are in luck because I feel like everyone in this meeting is over 18. So we all qualify. We all can invest. It could be a trust. It could be a company. It could be a charity. If a charity wants to invest, we make payments to the charity. We pay passive income to the charity. We can do that. The investor should be a certified high net worth or sophisticated. But folks, we make this easy for you. We have designed this where the KYC part it complies, but it's designed to be as fast and easy for you as possible because we want your business, folks. We really want your business. And we have tried to streamline everything where we can get you taken care of quickly and get you earning that passive income. How is the tax managed? This is the question that all of the accountants of the world love. And the answer is we pay 100% of the money to you. We don't take any of your money out for taxes. We pay all of it to you. And that money goes all to you. And then you and your accountant, based on your marginal tax rate, based on your tax situation, you can decide what makes the most sense for your situation. So we don't get in the middle of it. We just give you all the money. We pay you all the money. And then it's with you and your accountant because your situation may be different. And we want to give you maximum flexibility. We just pay it all to you. Are there any limits on how much you can invest? We don't have any upper limit. And I want to stress that because a lot of investors, they may be thinking about buying 1 or 2 bonds, but if you're an institutional investor and you are looking to place a large amount, we can work with you. We can tailor design things in a situation like that. We have no upper limit. There are hundreds of billions. Before the war, there was 75 billion in projects that needed funding in Ukraine. And now after the war, we're talking hundreds of billions, upward to $1 trillion. So there's ample supply there of worthy projects. And we have a system in place where we can scale up. We can help if you're looking to do a larger placement. And we welcome that from institutions, from insurance companies, pension funds, family offices. We welcome that. Another question that sometimes comes up is, can I get access to the money early? No. And here's the reason. Let me explain the reason. You must be absolutely certain that you're not going to need the money until the end of the term. Now, we plan everything out. So at the end of the term, we can pay on time and we've got the liquidity. But this is not like day trading. And you folks know that you're accredited smart investors, but this is not like day trading where you can, I'm just going to sell at a loss. That option doesn't exist here. We have it planned out. So the day trading thing, that's such a disaster. A lot of people, they do better if they just invest and leave it alone. And that's what this bond provides, is you can get a good rate of return, long-term, leave it alone. You don't have to stress all the time about what the market's doing, because we're working, we're doing something good, and we're able to pay a great return that's always going to be better than a gilt. You don't have to worry about that. How will you receive the interest? We pay it to you as you like, as it is nominated. So there's some paperwork you fill out, and then on that you designate, how do I want to be paid? I want this bank account. We take care of everything for you. How can you invest? It's very simple. You let us know. You can send a message in the chat window now, and I encourage that. I go through, I get in touch with everyone. You also can go to our website and fill out the contact form, and then we will send you an information memorandum, and you can read over that. And then after you read over that, you fill out the application, and don't worry about everything there, because we've set it up to be as efficient as possible. And we want your business, and we'll do everything the right way, the accurate way, but we definitely want to make the process as easy on you as we can. So we welcome you in. We don't have a minimum, though we suggest 100,000, but you're welcome to come in with something else. Let's take a look at some potential investment projects. Now, these are real projects that we are looking at, that are in our pipeline. And this pipeline always has more projects that are coming in, but I'm going to show one that is such an exciting project. This is a project by a company called Ukraine NUA, and they are doing some fantastic things for Ukraine. They really are. You know, this is a company that basically they are implementing phased creation of modular communities for returning Ukrainian refugees. And this is something where they're going to deliver turnkey large schemes in around 60% of the time, so even faster than normal, by the best traditional build methods. And if you look here, you can see how it is put together, where a site is planned out and then the construction takes place. And this is a project where in the slide deck, and you all will have access to this slide deck, you can see the website there. I encourage you to read about it. That is a great company and a great project that they are doing. And what they have done is really innovative, and we're happy to be helping them with their project. So it's definitely something that's exciting, and it's one that is in our pipeline. Now, we also have some others that we're looking at. Dairy products, that is something that we are still looking at. Dairy products are something that is so important for people to have access to dairy. Here's a project that's 7.6 million. It's got about a 5-year payback. It's got good numbers. That's one that's in our pipeline. We also have the construction of a logistics center in Kiev. We've seen all the damage and destruction that's been done in Kiev. This is one that we're looking at. We have a brick factory that's on our list. Bricks are critical for reconstruction. You've got to have bricks to be able to rebuild, and these brick factories are so important. Modernization of brick and also ceramic block. Now, these may not sound like, you know, some fancy high-tech project, but believe me, bricks and ceramic blocks are important, and there's something that we can do something with here. So that's another great thing. Now, folks, I'm going to stop the recording here in just a minute, and then I'm going to open it up to any questions. And if anyone has any questions, you're welcome to. But I encourage you to contact us. Contact us if you happen to have run into this recording on the internet, reach out to us. We are always interested in working with new investors. You can just go, our link is there, andesiteblue.co.uk. Click on the contacts form, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Or if you would like to have a one-on-one meeting, we can do that anytime. Just send us a message. One of our team member can set up a meeting with you either in person or over Zoom, and we're happy to do that. So I want to thank everyone for attending today. It is such a pleasure to see you all, and I think you guys are great for coming in and having the interest to want to do something really good in the world. And this is an opportunity where we can do something really good. So thank you so much, and I wish you all a absolutely fantastic week.